account of Alenia, priestess of the healers, week 56. Fall is rapidly approaching, and I fear it may be dark. The Hammerites have heard wild rumors about our work. They seem to believe that we are performing resurrections, calling the dead back. But they do not understand. I hold little hope that we shall be able to explain. At the very least, they will attempt to run us out of the city. Week 59. More dark news. An unknown wasting disease is spreading like wildfire in the city. Already people are lining up in the streets outside our gates. We have trouble just helping those already in our care. How can we hope to do anything for thrice that number? Oh, Amaris, help these people. We are too few and do not possess your wisdom. Week 62. The Hammerites appeared at the gates today, but unlike many sick and dying people gathered outside, they sought neither solace nor console. Alas, they are indeed determined to shut down the hospital, and none of our arguments seem to touch them. How can they be so indifferent to the suffering of others? They were only a company of 4, apparently residents of the district, but they were determined to get inside. We had to lock the doors to prevent them from hurting anyone. When the Hammerites attempted to break the gates, something extraordinary happened. My mind became clouded, and though scarcely conscious, I saw some strange force bellow forth magically from the ground and smash the doors back towards the Hammerites. They scattered like rag dolls as the iron gates blew them backwards. Bruised and broken from the impact, they retreated, vowing to return with Brothrold, the High Priest. It was not until the others approached me that I realized I was gripping the scales tightly in my hands. What could this mean? I must pray to Amaris to guide me in the dark days ahead. Last night, one of the new ones, the young, strong lad, Rinus, spoke while suffering from a heavy fever. It was almost remarkable. He whimpered, "Don't tell them. Please don't tell them. They mustn't know. They wouldn't help me. There was nothing I could do. The builder says that lying is a terrible sin. But I had to do it. Don't let them find me and take me back. I think we have a hammer among us, but he deserves all the help he can get if he truly has turned his back on those terrible people. Maybe I'd better move him to one of the upper halls in case the hammers come back. It would be a sad indeed if they recognized him." Recount of Alinia, Priestess of the Healers. Week 20. Our reconstruction work is going as planned. What a marvelous place this will be. The Hammerites are forever watchful, but if we continue to use the name Amaris, I believe that we shall be safe. Let us hope that they ignore the true meaning of the statues we have erected out by the pool and the symbols we have scribed to our walls. Week 22. We have made the most unusual discovery today. Sender, while digging in the old gathering hall that is to be our temple, slipped with the pick and impaled his hand. But with the same blow he uncovered a section of rock used to hide something. What is it that was hidden here so long ago? It looked to be a pair of old bronze scales, ancient and valuable. No sooner did he unearth the strange artifact than it began to glow, and in moments was his hand healed miraculously. We know not the origin of these scales, but if they have such healing power, it can only be a blessing bestowed upon us by the goddess. Uh-oh. I'm just going to interject here and tell you that, or rather, to take a guess, that it's a pair of scales. If it's healing someone, it probably is harming someone else to keep the balance. That's going to be my guess at this. Week 36. It has been but 10 days that the hospital hath fully been functional, and already we have witnessed the power of the scales. Today, the most remarkable thing happened. A patient, who I believed already dead from the black lung, has risen from his bed and left the hospital under his own power. I knew not the true power of the scales. Surely they are worthy of a tool of Amorous. But why this man was made whole while others are not, I cannot say. The goddess has not explained this to me. Maybe it is best not to ask such questions. Let us be joyful of this miracle, and the others follow. Week 40. After much hardship, we have opened up the back of the hospital as our temple. It took a bit more work than we expected. What appeared to have been a gathering hall before may have in fact been a temple of sorts previously. There were some old pagan markings etched deep within the stone walls there. Could these be the markings of the trickster of whom the Hammerites speak? Surely not, for he is but a demigod, a man with cloven hooves and a passion for nature. These vile drawings could not be him, unless they are perhaps an earlier representation. But now they are gone, thankfully, and the temple is blessed with the adornments of Amaris. It now possesses our symbols and statues, and is a place of healing and peace. My fellow healers are overjoyed, all save Sender, strangely, who hasn't ventured back into the temple since he first found the scales. the blackroot bush seems to have an unexpected side effect. Fairlin was furious when he came to see me in the garden today. Apparently one of our patients has had some rather strange visions since receiving treatment with the blackroot extract. I promised Fairlin I would look into it. This sounds intriguing, and I look forward to trying the extract myself. Tested the new Balanti tobacco today. The taste is strong and sharp, much like the plants themselves, really. Hallucinated vividly for at least half a bell. Mostly heavenly lights, and bright flashes accompanied by loud, vaguely unsettling chanting or singing. Felt really hungry afterwards, had to break open the new batch of Narla grape wine. Woke up after sundown with an enormous appetite. Decided to do some midnight gardening after a healthy meal. Oh, my head. My poor head. The Marrowthorn and Goldbow are doing better now, and they look to set to become strong and healthy if they're not afflicted with the strange withering disease that has already laid waste to the northern part of the garden. I better stop for now. Olabel was barking madly in the garden. I better go see what he's so upset about. What's that sound? Someone moaning? I'll write more tonight.
Flames around you, flames, nothing but flames burning your head. Flames around you, flames, nothing but flames burning your head.
Volume 2, Entry 1. The end draws nearer. My dreams are troubled, and I see dark signs and omens wherever I look. Something terrible will happen, and soon. Alinea knows the nature of my dreams, but still her ears are deaf to my words of warning. She tells me that whatever storm lies in wait in the days to come, we will weather it, and that the harder it hits us, the more shelter we shall provide for the poor people of the city. Oh, must my every word be oil on her already too bright fire? Volume 2, Entry 2. The city is dying. So many have wasted away already, and so others keep coming. Surely Alinea must now see that even the mercy of Ameris and the miracles of the scales won't be enough. We must leave this city or be pulled down with it when it falls. Volume 3, Entry 1. This morning... No. How can I possibly describe what has happened? How can mere words suffice? The dead are rising from their graves, coming back to haunt us. I knew this place was unholy. I knew it the moment that I struck mine own hand in the chapel. It is more than just my blood upon my hands now. It is too late, and we cannot get out. If only Alinea had let the Hammerites in when she had the chance. We will die here, trapped like rats in this place of loss. Volume 3, Entry 3. Alinea is dead. Barthold slew her in his rage when he arrived. The hand that struck her down may as well have been my own, since I am the one that called the Hammerites back here. Why did she not attempt to use the scales? They would have protected her. She knew she would die, and yet did nothing. I asked myself, in her position, would I have used them, knowing their unholy origin may have saved my pitiful life? Borthold is outside now. I must go to the chapel with him, but he will never have the scales. They are not for him to take. Whatever forces led me to uncover them have trapped us inside this terrible place. We will all most surely die here. Alinea remains strong, but my courage seeps from me as blood from a wound. We are surrounded on all sides, the undead within, the Hammerites without, both seeking to bring death to our vision and our lives. I have denied the Hammerites opportunity to profit from their aggression and greed. The precious Tacton gem has been hidden safely in the darkness of the garden. They will find naught in this tower but the humble furnishings of a simple priest in the service of others. The Hammerites must have breached the walls by now, so I await them in the knowledge that in Linjala's service, in Linjala's sovereign will, evil must triumph over peace for this brief moment. I do not question her plan, but only await my promised reward for faithful service in her care. I hear shouting in the courtyard, yet not the sound of metal on metal, as in a true battle. More the sound of hellish slaughter as flesh is met with iron hammer. It is no consolation that the sickening sound of crunching bone could just as well be undead as it could be my brothers and sisters. In the end, all here will be laid to waste under the grinding force of the hammer and the howl of the damned. Curse this wretched shore on which we have met our fate. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna stop here and compress things down. I think we're doing well, but I'm a little bit lost. So I'm gonna say a few words really quick to help me when I watch this video tomorrow or the day after, so I remember what I have yet to do. There's a whole section left. Actually, let's pick up the map. I haven't brought this up at all. So, I don't really know where I am. Let's see, there is a lost... Actually, I can do this off screen, everyone. Thank you for watching.